This Forza team tried to cheat in their own time trial challenge. Despite this, I won, and as a result, they silently banned me and didn't even give me my prize, so I called them out, and this resulted in them deleting every message and covering up the whole thing. Unfortunately for them, it was too late and I recorded almost everything. Here is the full story. One day, I saw a retweet by the official Forza Horizon Twitter account. A veteran Forza team called PTG was hosting a time trial challenge. The rewards for this challenge were mainly in-game credits, which can only be handed out by Turn 10, the studio behind the Forza franchise. So these guys were working with the developers, and it wasn't their first time hosting similar competitions. Anyway, these were the challenge rules. In short, you had to get in a Lexus LFA and tune it up to S1 class. You then had to run their custom track and post your best time in their Discord server. Here is their track, which looks exactly the same as one of the official default tracks, and when you run it, it's even worse. There are no walls, and the poor checkpoint placement means you can cut and extend almost every corner by going off-road. There were no rules about corner cutting, so I made a tune with all-wheel drive, off-road tires, and nearly 1,000 horsepower. I ran the track, and after attempting it for an hour, I got a time of 1:36.8. which was almost 2 seconds faster than every other time submitted, except for this one. PTG Outlaw has apparently managed to set a time of 1:36.7, which is difficult, but doable. What got people suspicious, however, was his choice of tune. He used a tune made by someone else, and upon checking, it features rear-wheel drive and semi-slick tires. This tune is in no way suited for this track. There are simply so much time lost on cuts, not to mention the slow rear-wheel drive launch. I tried this tune and it simply cannot perform well off the road, which resulted in much slower times. I was not the only one who noticed this, and a few people started questioning him. Here is a summary of his responses. He says that he might not be sure about the tune, but we know for sure it's rear-wheel drive. He proceeds to dodge more questions and fails to give us more information about his tune. Of course, he has no video, and he sends this rival screenshot to prove his skills. Let's take a look at this screenshot. He is in the 16th place on the C-Class leaderboard. After some digging, we found his time on the Jungle Descent track. He is currently placed at number 48, and is more than 12 seconds off the current world record. This is by no means a good time. In the end, having not convinced anyone of his legitimacy, he decided to back out of the challenge to avoid additional backlash, but this was too late. I decided to give him the benefit of the doubt. I asked one of the top drivers to run the challenge and see if his time is possible using any rear-wheel drive tune. He tried various builds and after a while struggled to get below even 1:39. We concluded that a time of 1:36.7 is simply not possible using a rear-wheel drive build. There was no video proof required for this challenge, so if I had to speculate, PTG Outlaw used a similar blueprint with a shorter route, which is basically cheating and violates the rules of the challenge. So I decided to confront them, and it was at this point when I noticed another problem. They had silently banned me from their Discord server without any given reason or warning. They clearly stated me as the winner and even asked me about the prize, but I never actually received anything. So one of my friends who knew about the whole thing decided to publicly confront them on Twitter. Their response was, "The matter has been handled privately and there's no need for a public recounting of prior events." This really didn't make sense and did not address anything. It was radio silence from this point onward. So I joined their Discord server using another account and demanded an explanation, and here is what happened. They deleted the whole channel. That's right, they tried to cover the whole thing up. This message was sent shortly afterwards, which basically confirmed it. Makes me wonder how many times they pulled similar things in an attempt to silence people. But why would one of the oldest Forza teams perform such actions for such small things? I'm honestly not really sure. If I had to guess, the server ban was issued due to me supporting the usage of the Forza Painter tool, which was publicly denied by team leader Wildcat. PTG is known to be heavily against the usage of this third-party tool, and it has been months since I shared the Forza Painter tool video, with Forza having yet to clarify the community on the usage of this tool. This still doesn't explain PTG Outlaw's attempt at cheating. Prices for this challenge were insignificant and laughable. Why would they go to such lengths to cheat and then ignore and eventually cover everything up? So that's the whole story. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.